All right, well, let's go to Marco Vicenzino, who's a global strategy advisor and joins us live from New York. Marco, thanks for joining us. Is this fighting a cause for concern that we're seeing in Manbij, especially with the deaths, when Syria is wanting to be unified, to be able to move forward? And are these Turkish-backed forces that we're hearing about actually Syrian?
Listen, the key thing is that this conflict in northern Syria has been going on for several years, so it's nothing new. We know who the interests are, who's backing who. The key for the Syrian government, for the new government in Damascus, the fact is that there are areas beyond its control, and it remains a serious challenge for the government eventually, if it's going to unify the country. How does it deal with it? And it involves external powers in northern Syria. So it's going to be a very long process that's going to involve a lot of diplomacy. The fact is you have Turkey as the largest backer of the new government in Damascus. And on the other side, you have US-backed forces, the Syrian Democratic Forces, which the US has continuously backed because the US main concern in Syria, specifically eastern and northeastern Syria, has been the containing of Daesh's Islamic State forces to prevent a resurgence. There are many, many dynamics at play that are quite complex that involves the new government in Damascus and its ability to try to manage the relations with Turkey, the US, and other external forces.
So just on that point you were saying about ISIS and making sure that they don't return. This is one of the reasons why the US says that it wants its troops to remain there. Now, on Wednesday, it will be addressing those concerns, it seems, with Turkey. The US Under-Secretary of State John Bass will be heading to Turkey this week. What are they likely to achieve, if anything, from that meeting?
It's mediation. The Biden administration has been trying for quite a while now, is to try this mediation between Turkish-backed forces, Turkey and its backed forces, primarily Syrian National Army, and then with the U.S.-backed Syrian Democratic Forces. In my opinion, right now, what the Biden administration can do is try to keep a lid on things until the new Trump administration comes in on January 20th, because the current administration it's limited. And what will the Trump administration do? In a recent press conference, President Trump was asked specifically, will you withdraw U.S. forces from Syria? And he did not disclose it, saying it's part of a military strategy that he'll not discuss with the media. At the same time, he did praise President Erdogan. They had a mixed relationship. It wasn't a terrible one, but it wasn't the best relationship. But there was one that the president has always had a personal rapport with them. And in terms of Trump, as far as he's concerned, personal rapport and diplomacy is an important factor. So the question remains more, not so much about the Biden, what they'll do,
but
they'll
what
try
the
to
next
keep a lid on
administration will do. OK.
Yes.
Thanks very much, Marco Vicenzino, Global Strategy Advisor from New York.
Thank you.